Act like an angel and dress like crazy.
Truthfully, this is a comeback that made me feel a bit uneasy about the outcome. It's no secret that SSERAFIM have been subjected to a lot of hate in recent months, although some of it valid criticism, majority has derailed into petty grievances and complete vitriol against the members. With Crazy, I had high hopes for a concept change that resembled the carefree essence of their first comeback, Anti-Fragile. Before we get into each track, I can already tell you that this era is feeling different. The energy has returned, people are excited again. So I wonder, has SSERAFIM proven themselves once more in this unforgiving K-pop industry?
미친다는 건 내가 좋아하는 걸 믿는 거니까.
もう待たないで。無我夢中になる準備はもう十分。
넌 이미 충분해. 일단 미쳐보는 거야.
번개를 쫓는 거야.
Chasing lightning. この音楽に乗ってウォーキングするの.
An interesting introduction to this EP as we get to see the members go back and forth with each other. The concept of chasing lightning instead of doing the impossible, which is changing the weather, mirrors the desire to continue on the path we have chosen for ourselves, in spite of the cage of doubt people might have planted in our minds. Going crazy for the things you are passionate about seems to be the official mantra of this era. As for the actual song, I don't see myself coming back to it since a lot of it is talking over a beat and it is musically quite simple, though I do appreciate the concept behind chasing lightning. What a comeback from the hell that Easy era turned out to be. Let me start off with all the things I adore about Crazy. From the house influence, the girly girls girling at the bathhouse, the voguing, I am head over heels in love with this title track along with the music video and choreography. It is genuinely such a fun track and it is great that, as I stated in the beginning, my wish for SSERAFIM has come to fruition this time, the return to silly bops and nonsense lyrics. I bow down before the producers, thank you for bringing back the fun, the cuntiness of Anti-Fragile and Eve Psyche. If this doesn't make the public get their heads out of their asses again and get with it, I don't know what will. It's kind of funny if you think about it all. The hostility towards SSERAFIM got so nasty that we thought they might not come back for a while, maybe completely recoil into themselves and hide away from the public eye. And so they instead decided to go bigger and better, wear funkier clothes, put neon in their hair and market the Crazy era. A bold move befitting of a group that has the phrase I am fearless in their name. Something that I am still scratching my head over regarding the responses to this comeback is, people complaining about the way they say girling, or the word girl in general. I don't know how many of these sort of discussions we have to have before it starts clicking in your heads, but Korean pop is pop music that originated in the country that is, famously, called South Korea. We're all familiar, right? Therefore the K-pop idols in the music industry are of Korean descent. Are you guys following my thought process? Cool? So now imagine growing up your entire life speaking a language that is so foreign to the English way of speaking and writing that most Koreans struggle immensely to communicate in it, if they don't spend time in an English-speaking country in their formative years. So now, how does it make sense for us Westerners, who happen to enjoy K-pop and offer our support to these people that live on the other side of the world, to complain about the way they pronounce difficult words? I'm convinced anybody who has a genuine issue with that and demands these idols learn the proper way of pronunciation, will make fun of immigrants when there's nobody around to check them. My parents mispronounce all kinds of words and they've been in Europe for 24 plus years. Am I supposed to be upset and correct them constantly? Are you going to correct an exchange student in your class because it bothers you? I just feel it's a really odd conversation to have, not to mention, borderline xenophobic and racist, and it's been starting to get way worse ever since G-Idol rose to fame. Soyeon can't speak English, they need to hire an English teacher, and so on. You guys, me included by the way, are outsiders peeking into the K-pop world, always have been and always will be. How they pronounce English words in their songs is so insanely inconsequential, and if it bothers you to such an extent that you have to bring it up again and again, I think it's time to move on to a new interest maybe. Just a suggestion. Think about what you're saying is basically my point here. pointing out the way a non-English speaker says words in quote-unquote funny ways, and demanding they improve in that aspect because it specifically bothers you, is weirdo behavior, and I want you to know that I don't like you one bit. Anyways, love Crazy, shout out to all of us who learned English as our third language and second language. I hope you don't ever shy away from speaking publicly in fear of mispronouncing words. We know what you mean, and if we don't, we will ask you to clarify once more. No shame in that. I'm woman enough to admit that I needed to Google what the fuck Pierrot was. And the result was actually pretty interesting, so, here's a super quick summary. The character Pierrot is a Rococo invention, a figure that is often portrayed in art, be it in paintings or theater. Usually dressed in clown attire, white face, sad eyes. Pierrot is mostly seen as a fool, trusting to a fault. There have been many different interpretations of this character over the decades, but he essentially mirrors the negative parts of the human condition. Unhappy and alienated, forever searching for a place to fit in. SSERAFIM's interpretation is much more lighthearted, but still picks up on these themes. Subject of most of SSERAFIM's songs and concepts are both believing and doubting oneself. Knowing that you can achieve anything you put your mind to, against all the odds and limitations set by others, and simultaneously wondering whether your efforts are ever going to be enough. Pierrot is a fun little song that fits right into their discography. And I'm sure the way they say girl will haunt the xenophobes forever. Must be so very hard for you.
That's my girl, that's my girl, girl. That's my girl, that's my girl, that's my girl, girl. That's my girl, that's my girl, that's my girl, girl. That's my girl, that's my girl, that's my girl, that's my girl. That's my girl. 구석하는 난 시선이. That's my girl. 재수 없는 파워모에게. You can get past me, hot bass, sweet angel. I'm so cute, I'm so nerdy, so sassy.
Oh shit, oh my god, DJ play my favorite song. Raise the roof, let the dogs out. Play something by Beyonce.
I'm not trying to leave until they kick us to the road. But if they do, it's cool, they'll got an address in my phone. I like to dance at a party. I like to kiss everybody.
Where the heck is Saki?
She's raining down in the lobby. I'm trying to break it down.
Tell me why I thought this was a reference to, you know, the hotlines of the inappropriate nature? I was worried before realizing that this song is mainly about girls having a fun time at the club, and so therefore, we're all good. 1-800 Hot and Fun is the best song on the album after Crazy, and the first time we got to hear it I couldn't wait for it to be officially released. So yay, we finally got it. The lyrics have already occupied my mind to the point where, if I'm not reciting the girly girls line in Crazy, I'm saying where the heck is Saki about 8 million times a day. We are so blessed.
1-800 Hot and Fun. That's my number, hear my line.
1-800 Hot and Fun. Hear my ringtone every time. 1-800 Hot and Fun.
That's my number, hit my line.
1-800 Hot and Fun. Hear my ringtone every time.
I'm crazy for you, feeling more. 미칠 수 있다는 건 그런 것. 'Cause you're in love.
I know opinions on these type of ballads are usually split and most would rather skip them altogether, but I enjoy them quite a bit, especially when it's coming from a group of people with nice vocal tones. Notice how I didn't say vocally talented. I don't seek that out for myself personally. I understand that some idols are technically skillful singers, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to enjoy the song. With SSERAFIM I can enjoy these ballads for two reasons. 1, Yoonjin and Chaewon usually take the lead and both have unique vocal tones that make me want to listen to them sing. 2, slower songs are always an interesting juxtaposition in a SSERAFIM album, as they showcase the flip side of that self-assured persona. With Crazier, it also helps that Yoonjin is the one who produced it, so we get to hear her own words, minimally altered. It's always nice to see her get these type of opportunities as a woman in these male-dominated spaces.
언젠가 look back and see. 가시밭길 위
The SSERAFIM.